Sometimes the hardest choice is to step away, not because we want to, but because the soul needs space to breathe and heal. This separation was needed in our connection. When love feels heavy and silence louder than words, it's not the end. It's the universe way of telling us to pause and grow. This separation was needed in our connection. It's painful, but sometimes separation is the most honest way to preserve what was beautiful between us, to keep love alive in its purest form. Our hearts took a detour, not to break, but to find clarity. This separation was a necessary step toward the truth, waiting for us. Distance revealed what closeness had hidden, the parts of ourselves that needed attention before we could truly be together again. Separating doesn't always mean losing. It can be a sacred space where we learn who we are without the other. Two people grow apart only to realize how deeply their roots were intertwined all along. This separation wasn't a failure. It was a necessary break for our spirits to realign. The distance between us taught me that love isn't always about holding on tightly, but sometimes about letting go gently. Our time apart is not a void, it's a canvas, waiting for the colors of understanding and healing. We needed space to see clearly, to remember why we connected in the first place. The pause in our story allows the next chapter to be written with more wisdom and care. Love sometimes means knowing when to say goodbye, even if only for a while. In separating, we honored our growth, even when it meant growing in different directions. This gap between us is a sacred garden where hope quietly blooms. Separation is not the enemy of love, but its silent teacher. Sometimes love's greatest is again. Our separation was a reminder that we are whole even when we feel incomplete. This distance has carved space in my heart for compassion, patience, and forgiveness. We had to fall apart to rebuild something stronger, more authentic. In this separation, I found the strength I didn't know I had. Strength to love without losing myself. Our connection is not broken. It's simply resting, waiting for new life to bloom. Sometimes, love's journey requires detours that teach us how to love better. In stepping back, we allowed love room to breathe, grow, and evolve. The time apart has been a mirror, reflecting both our wounds and our healing. Even when apart, our souls speak in whispers of understanding and hope. Separation was the silent whisper that love sometimes needs time to catch up. In absence, I learned to appreciate the depth of what we shared. Sometimes, two hearts need to wander alone before they can walk together again. Distance has taught me to cherish your presence even more deeply. Separation is not forgetting. It's remembering differently. We paused, not because love failed, but because it needed space to find its way. This time apart is the soil where trust will be replanted and grow stronger. Separation gave me the chance to heal wounds that closeness had hidden. Love is not just about being together, but also about giving each other freedom to grow. In this distance, I found a deeper respect for our story and its twists. Sometimes, the hardest step is stepping back, but it's a step toward love's evolution. This separation was the bridge between what was and what can be. Our hearts may be apart, but they are learning the rhythm of patience and hope. Separation was the quiet teacher guiding us toward emotional maturity. Sometimes love means allowing space to find clarity in the chaos. In the silence of absence, our hearts are still having conversations. This break was not an ending, but a sacred pause for reflection and growth. Distance uncovered what was hidden beneath our everyday routines, the real needs of our souls. Sometimes, we need to lose sight of each other to truly see each other again. Separation was the space where forgiveness quietly took root. We grew in solitude so that together we might flourish. Distance is a test of love's endurance and a chance to strengthen its roots. This separation I learned that love is not possession. Sometimes love whispers that space is the greatest gift we can give each other. This separation allowed me to love you without conditions or expectations. Distance gave us time to heal, to grow, and to rediscover ourselves. Sometimes, the best way to protect love is to give it room to breathe. Before our love's next beautiful chapter, in the quiet spaces between us, I found a new language of love, soft, patient, and understanding. Sometimes lesson is learning to be apart without losing each other completely. This separation taught me that love is separation but about respect for each other's journey. When we separate, we create space for our souls to catch up to our hearts. Distance made me realize how deeply your presence has touched my life. Separation is love's way of asking us to grow individually before we grow together. In stepping away, I found clarity about what we truly mean to each other. This space between us is not a wall, but a window into our true feelings. Sometimes, love is a journey that requires temporary detours to reach a better destination. Separation is not failure, it's a necessary pause for our spirits to realign and heal. The distance between us has become the ground where hope and healing quietly take root. Sometimes love's strength shows brightest when we hold space for each other's. This break is a sacred space where we learn what we truly need and what we can let go. The beauty of love is revealed, not only in closeness, but also in respectful distance. We needed this time apart to appreciate the magic in our moments together. Separation gave me the courage to face my own fears and love more deeply. This pause in our stories is the silent preparation for a stronger, wiser connection. Love's true test is not in never parting, but in how we grow through the distance. Sometimes, stepping back is the bravest thing we can do for love to survive. This separation was a tender reminder that love is patient, kind, and enduring. In the space between us, I found room to heal and hope for new beginnings. Distance is not the absence of love, but a new form of love's expression. Sometimes, love whispers softly that space is necessary for it to thrive. This break has shown me the beauty of loving without expectations or conditions. Separation was the space where trust began to rebuild quietly and slowly. This time apart is the soil where new love and understanding will bloom again. Separation is the gap. It's a bridge connecting what was with what can be. Sometimes, the greatest act of love is giving space to grow, heal, and transform. In this distance, I learned that love's essence is freedom, not possession. The space between us has become a sacred place where healing quietly happens. Sometimes, love's journey requires pauses that teach us patience and kindness. This separation taught me the value of silence and the power of waiting. In stepping back, we honored both our hearts, needs, and our shared dreams. Distance revealed the strength of our bond, proving love's resilience beyond proximity. This break was a gift, a chance to rediscover ourselves and each other anew. Sometimes, love grows stronger, not by holding on tighter, but by letting go gently. Separation has taught me that love is not about control, but about trust and respect. In this time apart, I found new ways to love you, deeper and more honest. Distance has softened the edges of pain and made room for hope and forgiveness. Sometimes, the space between us is where love finds its truest expression. This separation was a pause for reflection, where love was given room to breathe. In the quiet absence, love's whispers became louder, clearer, and more profound. Sometimes, love's strongest foundation is built during moments of separation. Closeness. Sometimes, the hardest separations are the ones that teach us the most about love. This separation was necessary for our hearts to remember why they beat as one. In stepping away, I found the courage to love without fear or hesitation. Sometimes, love's greatest gift is the freedom to grow independently yet remain connected. This time, Apart was not an end, but a sacred space for new beginnings. Distance helped me see the beauty in both your absence and your presence. Sometimes, separation is love's way of asking us to cherish what we have. This break was a gentle reminder that love requires patience, understanding, and grace. In the silence of separation, love's true strength quietly reveals itself. Sometimes, love is not about being together every moment, but about being true to ourselves. This separation gave us the chance to heal, grow, and come back stronger. Distance was the teacher that showed me love's resilience beyond physical presence. Sometimes stepping apart is the path that leads us back to a deeper connection. This separation was a quiet awakening, teaching us how to love ourselves before loving each other again. Sometimes, love's greatest proof is its ability to survive the space between two hearts. Distance wasn't a barrier, it was the mirror reflecting what truly matters in our connection. In stepping back, we found the strength to move forward, together or apart, with grace. This break was a blessing in disguise, giving us room to breathe, think, and grow. Sometimes, love needs silence to hear its own heartbeat clearly. The space between us was never empty. It was filled with lessons, hope, and quiet healing. This separation was a necessary pause, like winter before the bloom of spring in our love. Distance helped me understand the depth of your presence in my life, even when you were away. Sometimes love asks us to be brave enough to let go so we can find our way back. This separation was a sacred space where forgiveness found its way back into our hearts. In the quiet of being apart, I discovered the true meaning of patience and trust. Distance is a sign of weakness, but a testimony to love's enduring power. Sometimes the best way to hold on is by giving each other space to grow. This separation taught me that love is not just about proximity, but about presence of heart. The space between us has been a healing journey, preparing us for what comes next. Sometimes love must be patient enough to wait through seasons of solitude and growth. This break was a gentle reminder that love thrives when nurtured with respect and freedom. Distance gave us clarity, showing what's worth fighting for and what needs to be released. Sometimes, love's true strength is revealed in its ability to endure distance and time. Limitations. Sometimes love means knowing when to hold on and when to let go with kindness. This break has been a quiet teacher of humility, compassion, and renewed hope. Distance taught me that love is a journey of understanding, not just being together. Sometimes absence makes the heart grow wiser, kinder, and more appreciative. This separation was a chance to rebuild trust on a foundation stronger than before. In the space apart, love found new ways to express itself, subtle and true. Sometimes love is about planting seeds in solitude, knowing they will bloom again. This break gave us the gift of perspective, seeing our connection with clearer eyes. Distance is not the absence of love, but its silent, steady heartbeat. Sometimes, the space between hearts is where the deepest healing begins. This separation was a reminder that love needs freedom to breathe and expand. In stepping back, we honored our individual paths while keeping love alive. Sometimes love grows strongest not in presence, but in absence and longing. This break was a sacred pause, a time to reflect and prepare for what's next. Distance taught me the true meaning of devotion and unwavering hope. Sometimes separation is This separation was a moment of grace, allowing love to heal and transform. In the quiet distance, our hearts found new strength and a deeper connection. Sometimes love is a journey that requires courage to face uncertainty and trust. This break gave me the courage to love more fully and without conditions. Sometimes love's truest form is revealed when two souls honor their own growth. This separation was a lesson in patience. Learn to wait without losing hope. In the space apart, love quietly whispered that it is here to stay, Love's greatest gift is the freedom to find ourselves before finding each other. This break was a healing journey, preparing us to love more honestly and deeply. Distance showed me that love is not about possession, but about appreciation and respect. Sometimes love's strongest foundation is built on trust and freedom, not proximity. This separation was a sacred space where we learned to love without attachment. In stepping back, I found the strength to forgive and the courage to hope. Sometimes love asks us to be still, to listen, and to trust its timing. This break was a gentle reminder that love is a journey of growth and transformation. Distance taught me that love's true power lies in its ability to endure and evolve. Sometimes separation is a chance for two hearts to realign with their true purpose. This separation was not an end, but the beginning of a new chapter for our love. Is patient, kind, and enduring. Sometimes love means giving each other space to heal, grow, and become whole.